Hey everybody, it's me, Pam, Dragon Moon Creations. Welcome back to my channel. I hope this records right. I'm having a little trouble with my camera this morning. The camera on my phone, our portable video station. Okay, first of all, I am in West Virginia and in Lewis County and the neighboring county, Upshur, where my son lives. Devastating flash floods, and I mean devastating. We had not seen floods like this. People are comparing it to the 1985 flood. I live on a small hill. I am not in the flood. And lots of, like my sister, she had her basement flooded. She was told she was not in a floodplain. This whole town has been in a floodplain since I have lived here, since I was a child. And so she had no flood insurance. Another friend I know that used to work at the library, she was in a definite low spot, definitely in flood danger. She was told when she got her loan that she was not in the flood zone. She had, I think it was 18 inches to 2 feet of water in the bottom floor of her house. They had gotten trapped in their second floor. Anyway, devastation. People, I watched video, a guy had drone video posted of cars floating down the West Fork River, which in all my years of being here had never happened because people always had warning and they always moved it out of the way, moved the vehicles up to higher ground. Several cars totaled. My granddaughter's car, they got stuck in the floodwater. They had to abandon the car, literally practically run for their lives. And her car, my son texted me today, and they said the water finally went down enough for them to get to the car and get in it, and all the electronics are shot and everything. And it was a car that my kid's dad had given to Bailey for when she got her learner's permit. So Bailey's devastated, her first car. She lost it in a tragic flash flood. They had been, when we got the warnings, they had been preaching high winds, there will be wind damage, hail, possibility of tornadoes. They downplayed the rain. And we didn't really have high winds. We had a little bit of hail. I think there may have been a small tornado in a totally different county. We had between 6 and 7 inches of rain in 2 hours. We were done for. So anyway, that's, anybody knows me, knows I live in north central West Virginia. That is what went on with us. Counties south of us, counties north of us, they got a little bit of rain. That was it. I know Stacy on here, Stacy Stash. We're friends on Facebook. She lives in Tennessee now, and she asked about it. Anybody know anything about the rain or whatever, the storm in Kentucky? Well, I told her what happened here. Anyway, okay, that's like 3.5 minutes of me telling you that, when I really want to show you what I got on Monday before the storm hit. It's, Okay, I had ordered online. I saw my Michaels for pickup, which I'd never ordered and picked up at the store because I'm literally about 25 miles from my nearest Michaels. But I did that, the little thing. And apparently it's on your honor. They just put it in a bag, put it in a bin at the front of the store, and you just go pick it up. I could have picked up anybody's, or anybody could have actually picked up mine, They didn't even ask for this barcode. However, I absolutely had to have the vintage spirits. This is the cutest paper pad I've ever seen. Just quite recently, I've decided vintage is the way to go. But this paper, like, a lot of people have already showed them. I don't want to say everybody's already seen this because some may not. But this is absolutely the cutest retro paper. And, of course, they only put about 8 pages in there that are really good. This is a good stripe. This is a good one too. I love the cats. Wait a minute. There should be 2. Yeah, there's 2. All right, and then the pumpkins again. Just crazy about the pumpkins, and not so much this. the bats, but these, I can make those 6x6 cards now like nobody's business. I did it last time when I almost smashed a paper pad. So I got 8 of those. Or you could do, if I could make fronts of journals too. Halloween journal. This is I have this paper in a lot of paper pads. The ghosts are okay. I think they could have done a little bit more something with them. The border strips are awesomely cool. I know I wasn't going to show it, but now I'm showing it because I think it's so cool. And the candy is so cool. I love it. The candy. I love those lollipops that are like in that spiral. This is a pretty good one. The bats have copper ears. The bats literally have copper color inside their ears. I don't know if you can see it. It's like that. And there's little moons. And these are little star glitters. So, and then this one. I love this. It's so awesome. And then that's it. They're only 24 sheets in a pad. I got that. And by the time I wanted to order it online because it's 30% off. But my store didn't have everything. But I really wanted to make sure I got this pad and some ephemera. And I had actually placed an order for 3 packages of the ephemera. Because I never have enough ephemera, right? And they only have one. This one. This is the one I wanted. Kitty cat, get your head out of there. I love the kitty cat. Kitty, are you stuck? My kitty's stuck. Anyway, I love the ephemera. Because it goes with the pad. And that was $4.19 after my 30% off for ordering online and picking up at the store. And then, of course, the pièce de résistance, the Halloween mashup book. I will not open this one. It has been shown ad nauseum, but it is super cool. I almost feel like getting another one simply because... if I can find one, simply because I want to use one and just keep one in the hoard vault. Now, this ended up costing me $13.99, regularly $19.99. So that's what I got when I went to pick up my order. But hey, I was there already. So I said, okay, let me see if they got any of the other stuff. Well, they did have the stuff. It did not show up that it was at my store. So I could not order it online, pick up at store. Could not get my 30% off. I did find a coupon to get 30% off one regularly priced item. So let's just say, well, and I still get that military discount that I've been trying to get them to take off for probably about 6 years. But because my sister let me use hers once, and they told her that, I think I've told you that story, and they told her, sure, that she can use it. What do we care, right? We only work here. And what happened was that it never came off. They put it on, since I have one of those rewards accounts and she didn't, it went on my rewards account. So some of this stuff I get 15% off. Well, I went ahead and got the vintage Spirit, the 8.5 by 11 regular, like little better than copyweight paper, because I do like these, and it does have lots of designs in it that aren't in the 24 pack. So, and when I took the sticky thing off, it must have sat in a hot truck, because the side of it is, it's all sticky. So I got me some more pages to love, and let's just say this was my 30% off one regularly priced item. So instead of $12.99, it was $9.09. I mean, super cute. Love that. Could have gotten 30 off, but I didn't, right? I mean, I did, but I had to use a coupon. Okay, and the next thing is, I didn't really like any of the other paper pads, but I went ahead and got the Hallowed Halls because it had a lot of dark backgrounds. And this one ended up costing me $11.04 instead of $12.99. And it has some stuff, but a lot of this stuff is reminiscent of other paper pads. Like that. The black, what is that? That may be a crystal ball. See, but so small. I don't like the big patterns. A lot of these are just reminiscent of lots of other paper pads. I don't think anything with that in it, the witch's hat and broom. Just dark background, pinstriped. Ravens, very reminiscent of some other pads that I have. Maybe not as cool. Definitely have a paper pad that has the skulls with the flowers. But anyway, those are bats. That's a pretty cool page right there. That's pretty cool. And then we have the roses, the owls, the cauldron, the spooky tree, the bat, and the witch's hat. Oh, and a raven. That's pretty good. And, you know, yeah, okay. What are you going to do with it? Tell me, please. Inquiring minds. And then that's just like off-white paper. That's bones. If you can't tell, it's like bones on there. All right, and damask. Yeah, I do have another paper pad that I had gotten it at Joann's. I think it's a Park Lane pad that had that with the skeleton parts all over it like that. And then, of course, like I said, the black roses or whatever. I have another paper pad. The bats are kind of creepy. Great big ears. It's a papillon bat. And the spider webs are cool. Dark paper. That's cool. That'd be pretty in a picture frame, actually. I might do that. Find me an 8x10 and trim it down. Trim this down to 8x10, and wouldn't take much. Candelabra. I have paper that has candelabras on it. I have paper reminiscent of this too. The moths. Martha Stewart. I got a paper pad. I think Martha Stewart's got moths in it. Marble. And tiny, tiny little skulls. Tiny. Okay, and the one up front is purple spiders on spider webs, and I have one that is reminiscent of that. So I didn't get the 24 pack because I wasn't thrilled with it. And what's the other one? Bound by Magic or something like that. I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. And so that one, you know. But I did look, and I did find in the store another package of the ephemera. They trying to jip me? Let's see. That cost me $5.09. And then I got the sticker book. The sticker book's kind of cool. And the thing about, I didn't undo this one. The thing about this sticker book, it has a lot of things in it that are in the Halloween mashup book. They seem to have almost identical stickers, that is. I'm trying to get that undone. I know other people have done it, but this is my video. I want to do it. Oops. I'm gonna put it down. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. All right. My husband was in the shower. I left today. I had a chiropractor appointment. My husband was in the shower, and he had gone to the grocery store, came home, and got in the shower. I don't know what had happened, but then when I came home from the chiropractor, he wasn't here. I called him. He went out to lunch. Jackass. I called him and said, "Where'd you go?" And he goes, "I went out to lunch." He offers, "I can bring you something." I said, "No, thanks." Okay, $5.99 again with the 15% off is $5.09. Yeah. So the stickers are pretty. I like these because it goes with that paper pen. All of them are pretty good because they go with the vintage spirits. Is that what it's called? It doesn't say it's the vintage spirits, but yeah, I mean, it basically goes with the vintage spirits. So I got that. Got more ephemera. So I got 2 packs of ephemera. And walking around in there, I saw ribbon. I like this one, and I like this one. And they were $3.99 each. And so I got them for $3.39 each. Okay. And then there was the Halloween ephemera pack. He used to date these by year, but he didn't do this one. And on the back it still says 2025. So, but it's a good pack. So, and it was, I don't know. Let me see. It was, oh my god, I didn't know it was that expensive, or I wouldn't have got it at $10.99. $10.99. What are they, out of their freaking mind? So it cost me $9.34. Luckily, I have like 2 other packs of this. All right, and then that's what I got at Michael's. 1 round of order online, buy at the store, 30% off, or pick up at the store. And 1 round of, oh look, they did have it in the store. I got more. And let's see, I actually had this right here. It was all covered by gift cards. I just kept pulling them out of my purse. One of them didn't have anything on it. One of them had $9. My total was $49.68. And one of them had my gift card. It had $8.05 on it. So that came off. And then another gift card had $1.52 on it. That came off. And then another one, I said, let's try this one. It doesn't even look like it's been used. And it had not. It was a $50 gift card that my husband had either given me for my last birthday or last Christmas. And I swiped it, and it took off the other $40.11. And I still have $9.89 on that card. So I didn't even have to buy this. I bought this, and this was like, all told, like $30 and change. This, it would have been $49. Isn't that crazy? It's almost like $80 right here. But this was a gift card. But this is Halloween. This is my favorite time. Okay, I went to the different town, so I went to a different Dollar Tree, and I was able to find some more. This is the ivory lace, which I was able to find more of that, and then the white small lace that I can dye. So I got that, and I found, I don't know why, I just did. I got another one of those primary journal composition books because they're $1.25, right? And then my Dollar Tree was sold out of the little spiral notebook, the little spiral index cards. So I went ahead, I had 1 purple, and I went ahead and got 3 more for Halloween. And now my new favorite Halloween paper really doesn't have any purple on it. And I got a pink one because I have some pink Christmas paper that Hobby Lobby came out with last year. I think everybody knows which ones I'm talking about. So anyway, there was that. So that's what I got. I got that. I got this. And that's what I got on Monday before the sky opened up and took away my town. But actually, we're back on track now. The streets are clear. I'm sure people are still cleaning up. My sister has, I said, you have the means. Call a professional clean up and restoration, where they clean up and they treat it for the black mold and everything. I said, do that. Because she had part of her basement was finished with drywall and everything with baseboard heating. And anyway, that's gone. Because I'm not sure. First she said, there's 3 feet of water in my basement. And then she said, I had to bend over to get my phone. She dropped her phone in the water down there. And she said, I had to bend over and get my phone. I know my chest went in the water. Well, that has to be 18 inches to 2 feet. And then she said she was using her washer. And I said, wait, your washer survived? Because her washing machine's in the basement. Oh, yeah, it's up on that little platform. I said, how tall is that platform? Because I don't go down in her basement very often when I'm down there, and I don't pay attention, right? And she said, oh, it's like 8 inches tall. I'm thinking, 8-inch tall platform. Okay, 8 inches, right? And the guts to the washer is probably, okay, let's say the box of the washer, the metal box, and maybe there's 4 or 5 inches before you get to the, so it didn't even come up into that. So 8, we're thinking maybe 12 inches of water in her basement. Okay, and my daughter-in-law found this for me at an antique store. It literally is the state seal of West Virginia, and it is metal. It's not rubber. I think it's metal. She got me. I haven't tried it out yet. But she says she found it in an antique store. Awesome. She really won brownie points that day. Really won mother-in-law points that day. All right, everybody. That's it for today. 20 minutes. Sorry I went on so long, but, 3 or 4 minutes was me telling you about the, the world collapsing around here. Thank you for watching. Especially when I was just showing you stuff you've already seen before. Appreciate it. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.